Hi, third graders. Good to see you today. We are going to continue our reading of The Puppy Place. Before that, you might be wondering, what is my background today? Well, it is dance. It's dance because today is Dance Party Spirit Day. And Ms. Tin and Ms. Reed led the collegiate leaders in the electric slide today. I don't know if you did the electric slide in your class, but we did this morning and we had a lot of fun with that. So we are having Dance Party Day. I am starting on page 100. Might be reading just a little bit from our reading yesterday. And we're almost finished with this book. Third graders are amazing. All right, we're on page 100. The snow wasn't as deep once they were in the woods, where the long boughs of the pine trees had caught the falling flakes. As Steve pushed through, drifts of snow fell from the branches, slipping down Charles's neck and making him shiver. He didn't care. They were getting closer. "Freckles," he called, "we're coming." When they entered the small clearing near the rocky ledge, Charles tried to dash ahead. He couldn't wait to see Freckles' face sticking out from the little cave opening. "Wait," said Steve, grabbing Charles's jacket. "Don't scare them." Charles slowed down. He knew Steve was right. Even though Freckles and Fluffy had gotten used to people and even liked being around them, they were probably very frightened right now. Dad came up behind them and Charles put a finger to his lips. Dad nodded. All three of them crept quietly forward until they were close to the rocky ledge. Charles held his breath. There in the dark little cave opening, Charles saw a flash of white, a spot of brown. Steve motioned for them to stop. He knelt down and so did Charles and Dad. "Hey, friends," Steve said softly. "It's us. We're here to help." Charles saw Freckles poke his whole head out of the cave, and just behind him he saw Fluffy's adorable face with its sticking out ears. "It's okay," he whispered. "Don't be scared." That was when Fluffy pushed right past Freckles and bounded into the clearing, bleating happily, or maybe hungrily, or probably both. Charles picked the lamb up and held him close. "There you are," he said. "You're safe with us." Now Freckles ran out too, straight for Steve. "I thought you'd never find us." Steve laughed as he scooped the little dog into his arms and hugged him. "You rascal," he said, "running off like that. You had us worried." "But he was smart to come here," said Charles. "He knew just what to do to take care of himself and his friend." "Let's get both of these friends home," said Dad. "I bet they're hungry and cold and tired." He helped Charles zip Fluffy inside his jacket where the lamb would be cozy, and then all three of them trudged back to the cabin, carrying their precious cargo. When they got inside, Charles rubbed Fluffy down with one of the towels while Steve dried Freckles. Dad brought over a bottle and Charles sat right down by the wood stove to feed the bleeding lamb. "That's right," he said as Fluffy sucked at the bottle. "You're safe now." Freckles curled up next to him, gazing lovingly at his woolly friend. Steve got up to pour out some kibble for Freckles. "Come on, pup," he called. "You must be hungry too." Freckles glanced over at his dish and thumped his tail, but he didn't budge. "It's good for now. Just want to make sure my friend is okay." Charles felt the lamb relax in his arms. The bottle was nearly empty and Fluffy's eyelids were drooping. Soon it would be nap time again. Charles sighed and let himself relax too. He was so glad that both animals were safe and sound in the cabin. "Look," said Steve. He pointed out the window, and Charles saw a patch of blue. "The snow has finally stopped. The wind has died down too. I think the sun might even come out." He grinned at Dad and Charles. "You know what that means? The trees will start raining again. More sap together." All right, we're going to stop right there on page 105 for tomorrow, chapter 10. Thank you so much, third graders. I hope you've had a dance-filled day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.